Hidden beneath the frigid Arctic waters lies a beast that has haunted the Western military for decades. The Akula, Russia's formidable answer to Western naval dominance, stealthy, silent, and deadly. Welcome back to Advanced Tech World, where today we dive into the incredible story of how this nuclear-powered submarine struck fear into the hearts of the West, leaving their intelligence agencies blindsided. Let's uncover the Akula's design, weapon systems, and the geopolitical shockwaves it created. During the peak of the Cold War, the Soviet Union was desperate to keep pace with Western advancements in naval technology. The Akula-class, also known as Project 971, was the Soviet Navy's response to the increasing power of American and NATO submarines. By the 1980s, this submarine represented a colossal leap forward in underwater warfare technology. The West had no idea that the Akula's development was already in motion, with intelligence agencies failing to detect the gravity of the Soviet effort. Classified under a cloud of secrecy, this submarine was specially designed for stealth, making it one of the quietest in the Russian fleet. The world first learned about the Akula after the launch of its lead boat in 1984, a moment that shocked military officials across the West. The game had changed. The Akula-class was built for endurance, operating in the deep, icy waters of the northern oceans. Stretching over 110 meters in length, this submarine was powered by a nuclear reactor, giving it virtually unlimited range and allowing it to remain submerged for months on end. What made the Akula even more terrifying was its double-hull design. The inner hull housed the critical systems, while the outer hull provided extra protection against deep-sea pressures and torpedo impacts, making it a formidable opponent in underwater warfare. But what truly terrified NATO forces was the Akula's offensive capabilities. Armed with torpedo tubes capable of launching the powerful Type 53 torpedoes and the RPK-2 Vyuga cruise missiles, this submarine wasn't just stealthy, it was deadly. It could engage targets from long distances, hitting enemy ships and even coastal targets with pinpoint precision. Additionally, some versions of the Akula carried nuclear-tipped missiles, giving it strategic importance as both an attack and deterrent submarine. One hit from the Akula could unleash devastating consequences. The launch of the Akula submarine in the mid-1980s sent shockwaves through Western military circles. Project 941, known in the West as the Typhoon-class, had already shown the Soviet Union's submarine power. But the Akula was different. It was quieter, more advanced, and capable of taking on multiple roles, from intelligence gathering to direct combat. Western intelligence agencies, including the CIA and MI6, had underestimated Soviet technological advancements. The Akula submarines could track and shadow NATO submarines without being detected, making them a strategic nightmare for Western naval planners. This vessel was the spearhead of Russia's underwater fleet, and it forced the U.S. Navy to adapt its anti-submarine tactics rapidly. As tensions escalated during the Cold War, the Akula became a symbol of Russia's readiness for an all-out conflict, even World War III. Its ability to operate undetected in hostile waters gave Russia a massive strategic advantage, allowing them to potentially strike Western targets without warning. The West's fear wasn't just of the submarine itself, but what it represented, a shift in naval power that could tip the balance in favor of the USSR. The Akula forced NATO to reconsider its naval strategy and invest heavily in anti-submarine warfare capabilities. It was a wake-up call. Russia was not only competing in the arms race, but was a step ahead underwater. The Akula's story is a testament to the ongoing game of cat and mouse beneath the world's oceans. While newer submarines have entered the battlefield, the legacy of the Akula remains, a silent killer that brought fear to the West and forever changed the rules of underwater warfare. Stay tuned to Advanced Tech World for more insights into the world's most advanced military technologies and their impact on global power.